You want to buy? So guys, I actually got this receipt when I went to it yesterday, but you know, we pay for tax. They charge me for tax, so this receipt cannot waste. So I decided to write my notes at the back. It cannot waste. When I'm done, I'll cut part of it. I'll roll it like this and use to clean my ears. No, they charge me. I bought something of 579. They charge me 160 naira. See what happen. So you see this paper, I got to use them small. To use them. My money cannot waste. So guys, if I'm talking about countries that actually allow you to apply for PR after study. Like I tell you guys, it is not just for you to travel or leave your country to go and study. And as most of you know, we all know that it's not as if you want to go and study. You are just using it as escape route. We know, I know, but then like I used to tell you, even at that, you know, you are spending money. Some of you are selling your properties and everything. Even at that, you have to be very diplomatic about it. I told you, because some people, it's only that visa that they care about. Let them just see visa in their stamp, and you know, whatever happens after, they don't care about it. Anyways, I'll be talking about countries that after study you can apply for your permanent residency. And these countries, they can vary from giving you from 2 years, from 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and everything. And then another thing is, sometimes these countries, before they give you PR, you know that some of you people say that this girl is a noise maker. She used to shout just with eye prospect. Some of these countries too, before they will give you permanent residence, they will go through the course you studied. Some of you don't know this. Some countries have that limitation. Yep. If you want to apply for study, they will not even say anything. Come and study, come and spend money in their country, come and invest in their country. So when you are done investing after your graduation, when you actually feel like you want to shake the world with your master's degree, that's why they will not say, uncle, auntie, what did you study? They will check our list. Which kind of course be this? My dear, this your course is not viable in our country. We don't need this course, and that's when they will not serve you very chilled hot breakfast. And that's when you now say, village people. My dear, it's not village people. Even village people now, they are trying to improve on themselves. So you are the village people of yourself. So in no particular order, the first one on my list is Australia. My one time this thing. Most of the people don't really like going to the Australia because of the long journey. Because of the long journey step and everything. Though people say studying in Australia is expensive, but I have a video coming up. I've posted it. Which of it? Just check my Australia playlist talking about cheapest universities in Australia, less than 20,000 US dollars. So I use 20,000 US dollars as the landmark. That's because an average study in UK is 15,000 pounds. If you convert 15,000 pounds to US dollars, so that's like 20,000 pounds. So what I gave myself as that landmark was, if people can actually move to UK to study a course for 15,000 pounds, so you can definitely move to Australia and study something cheaper. And you know, and another thing I want you to know is that in UK you can work just 20 hours per week. In Australia you can work 40 hours per week. Are you guys seeing the difference? So which one is better for you? But then most people are moving to UK just because the visa is. I told you, visa is not the problem. Visa is not the problem you have in this life. Your first priority, your number one headache to be how to make money. Because when you have that money, visa is the least of your problem. It's not the problem. Your number one priority is how to make money. The country that favor you. Some of you is Gabon that favor you. But just because you want to enter snow and come and pepper or say you dey UK, you by force by fire go inside, you can go and be struggling. But I mean, I don't have any issue with it. It's cuckoo your struggle, you know. Some of you some people have come from consultation. They will send me their CV. I say, this is your CV. You have to start from a country like this one, like this. Hey, which type of country is that? How will I tell my friends I'm in this country? Is it your friends you're impressing, or you're thinking about your future? Though. So the first one on my list is Australia. So Australia actually gives PR in 2 years. And aside that, I know that you guys know there are some courses that is actually eligible for automatic Australia PR. Yeah, automatic like that. So you can actually apply to after studying, you're eligible for permanent residency in Australia, but it has limitation to some courses. There are some courses they will give you, there are some courses they will not give you. Yeah. So the next one on my list is, but Australia is not stingy with their permanent residency. They are the real equal opportunity givers of permanent residency. If you deserve it, they will give you. They don't used to deny like some people. Don't worry, I'll talk about it. So the next one of mine, this is Canada. Canada of all time, and that's what people actually think, that Canada of all time is the number one giver of permanent residency. And even at that, Canada is always very skeptical about this. They have selected courses, even for their postgraduate work permits. They have selected courses that they will give you postgraduate work permits. When you actually want to apply, once they check their list, some of it are going to study political science, Christian religion knowledge, and philosophy. Canada, which type of course is it? What do you want to use this course to do in our country? My dear Koshiko, they will not give you. They will not give you. So before you go to Canada, to go and study any course that you like, that you feel like, Canada PR is course or job, I don't even know, restricted or anything. So it has to be a job that will actually favor their economy. You all know that Canada, they don't want to crowd. Then they just do on their own. They are very selective. They don't want people to just be moving in. So that's why Canada PR takes like up to 2, 3, or 4 years, because they will take their time. Canada know they rush. They don't used to rush and do job. Just like UK that want to pack the whole world inside their country. Canada know they rush. They will use toothpick. They will be counting your application and be checking. Canada doesn't rush application. So if it's not beneficial to them, the next one on my list is New Zealand. You know, after they bought the relationship between Australia and New Zealand, they kind of have this kind of sister relationship. So if you're in New Zealand, just automatically feel like you're actually in Australia. If you're in Australia, just know that you're in New Zealand. This relationship has been existing for they've never served each other as breakfast. They are so much in, you know. So if you have a qualification in New Zealand, you can actually use it in Australia. If you have a qualification in Australia, you can always use it in New Zealand. So both of them, they are both English countries, but New Zealand has another language. They call it Sauri language, and they have another language called they actually have another language, the sign language. So this sign language, they have more of deaf people. Sorry, that sounds too harsh. They have more of auditory impaired people in in New Zealand. So the New Zealand government actually made it compulsory for people to actually learn this sign language. So you can get an auditory impaired person as your taxi driver, as your market seller, as your anything. They don't restrict because of physical anything like that, right? So it is mandatory. So that's some of the differences between Australia. But then if you're in Australia or India, just know that you're in the same place. So Australia actually give under permanent residency too, and of course, just like the sister, Australia is kind of course restricted, right? So you have to be sure of the course you're studying. So the next on my list is Ireland. Ireland is like, I don't know, maybe it's like the cousin brother of UK, because UK consists of 4 countries, which is Wales, Ireland, I've forgotten the menu too. Wales, Ireland, what is it called? Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and one other. The main one that people are going, I've forgotten. So it has island. So there's one island that is in UK, and there's another island that is a different one on its own. So I'm talking about the island that is a different one on its own. And something is, like I told you, UK is consisted of 4 countries: Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and I forgot this last one. But you see that island of UK, you know, like I explained that if you're moving to Australia to New Zealand, even if you have qualification of Australia, you can use it in New Zealand. You see that sister chromosome, you can change it together. But you see that Highland in UK, and then Highland as a country itself, that Highland as a country itself, innocent papa of Ireland in UK, innocent the papa. So if you feel like you're in Island of UK, and then you want to move to Highland of real country, the qualification they will make you go through. In fact, they call you as international applicants. They will call you as overseas applicant. They don't say your papa. So if you move to Island of UK thinking that Ireland, yeah, they might have the same maybe government, but it's kind of still independent. They still treat you as international applicant, and UK qualifications that you get in UK is not equivalent to Ireland. So they still treat you as a foreigner, more like you studied in Nigeria. Yep. So Ireland actually gives automatic permanent residency after studying, but then studying in Ireland, maybe no be shame. So the next on my list is Mexico. That is one country that people don't talk about. So Mexico actually have a job seeker visa. I think I'll be talking about it soon, or I've talked about it, where you can go there to look for a job and you can study in Mexico. And Mexico is another country that you can go there as a black person and you feel at home. Like you don't even feel it in your skin that, oh, I'm a black person. Nah, it is one of those countries that when you get there, you feel at home. You will not feel racism. The people are really extremely very welcoming. I know there are some criminal, what's it called? Is it drugs, something in Mexico? But then it has some secluded area that they used to do it like that. But generally, Mexico is safe and they are very nice and open to foreigners. They're not like some countries like that. So next on my list is Singapore. Singapore is another country. It's actually an Asian country that people don't really used to look at, right? So and there are a lot of scholarship in Singapore, 100% scholarship, full accommodation scholarship, lot of scholarship in Singapore. But people are not going there because there is no snow in Singapore. People want to go to the place that they have snow. I mean, I used to tell you that snow is not your problem. Snow is not your problem because when you have money, you can go to anywhere. So snow, I say snow. Singapore actually gives permanent residence after studying. The next on my list is Germany. Yeah, Germany is actually a language country and they actually give permanent residency after studying. But then we have a lot of dislike for black in Germany. They kind of have dislike for black, but they actually give permanent residence after studying. And we all know that it's not so easy with their study visa. Somehow Germany is somehow similar to Canada. They are not rushing to take him and they will use pencil. Canada is to use toothpick to check their job application, but Germany they are using biro. They still open more somehow, but then the dislike for black is really this. But yeah, they give PR than this thing. I know the ones you'll be expecting, right? The last one I list is UK. I'm not even supposed to add UK to this list because I don't even know what is doing there. UK does not give permanent residence. They actually give indefinite leave to remain. And in that view, you have to stay for 5 years before you apply for it. And even at that, if you're watching this and you're going to UK, it's good to target that their indefinite leave to remain, but just for the sanity of yourself, just for the sake of peace of mind, just so that you not say, so that you not by force by fire stay in UK for 5 years and then nothing to show for it. Just let it go. Let it go, because that their indefinite leave to remain. They give, but the ones that I know that once you study the course that is this, nobody will argue with, nobody come and tell you something. If you check gov.uk, even this UK one, they still say that the discretion of the immigration officer. So after laboring in your country for the whole 5 years, after laboring, you are not telling me that the discretion of immigration. Abi show immigration show for agboni. A discretion kill you there. Well, I don't know. People used to get it, yo, but then people actually used to get it, but when you go there for like all this 1 year master, and that's why this Australia, this Canada and everything, they will give you permanent residency in 2 years. That way you go know you already know your future. Which way you should not stay in a country for 5 years, and then after that they will still be saying is at the discretion of the immigration. Check over that for immigration. Maybe is at their discretion. All those type of things, and when they now tell you no, you not be thinking about your life. And the thing actually has condition, because in that 5 years you must not have left UK. You might have stayed continuously. You can come home maybe for visits for 1 or 2 months, but if you live 1 year, more than 3, 4, 5 months, your point is already dropping. Yeah, they give, let me know like they give, but then come on mind, no reason. So that's what I'm saying. Those of you that you are moving to UK just because see what I don't know. Thank you for watching this video, Jai. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.